Hey Facebook world, hey whole world, not just Facebook world. Dr. Dan Lyons here coming to you from the Nerve Center of Chiropractic in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And just a couple more thoughts for you today. A lot of fear going on, talking to patients as we closed out the day today. A lot of people don't know what's going on, and there's fear, and one of my friends and mentors, Dr. Fred Barge, used to say that fear is the fuel that fires the furnace of disease. All kinds of bad stuff happens when you're letting fear run your life. And it reminded me of a couple weekends ago, I was down in Dallas with the Texas Chiropractic Society, and Dr. Mix, thanks for having me down there. I had a great time. And afterwards, I had some time to kill, so I went to the Daily Plaza where JFK was killed, and I saw the museum there and the book depository. And at one point you get to see Walter Cronkite actually do his whole broadcast. They show him there. And what struck me was that he sat there and with zero emotion. You know, here's a guy that most likely knew JFK. Zero emotion, just told the facts. And we don't have that today. Every time you read a news story, every time you watch TV, everybody has an angle. They don't want to. In fact, they've even admitted it, that they think their job is to tell you what to think. The news should be reporting facts and let you decide. And if you don't understand the facts, then you need to do a little legwork instead of just letting someone else do your thinking for you. But he did that. He just sat there and told the country what was happening. Didn't put the drama into it that everyone does today, because they want you to click on the website. They need the views. They need the looks. And that's what drives this. And that's a big part of this problem. And I do believe that in the end, when this is all said and done, a couple of years we look back, we see that is probably the biggest player in this, and that there was overreaction. And so part of the reason that we are so afraid is because we hear the words epidemic and pandemic, and most people don't realize what they mean. And it's about how quickly something spreads and where it spreads. And these are from the World Health Organization webpage. What you notice there is that there's no mention of severity or the deadliness of these things. It's just something that spreads fast. You know, imagine dumping a bunch of water into a pan and a bunch of molasses into a pan. The water is going to spread out and cover the whole area very, very fast. But the molasses is just going to sit there, and if it's cold, it's just going to sit there like a lump. And as it gets warmer, then it might spread a little faster. But it's never going to spread as fast as the water. Neither molasses nor water are necessarily deadly, but you could argue that, well, you know, you can drown in one, so you can probably drown in the other. So we have to keep our wits about us. And you can see my breakfast analogy. I'm eager to go eat some bacon and eggs here in a minute. When you think of breakfast here, right now the chicken is involved in the breakfast, but the pig is committed. And right now there's a bunch of people in this world that are chickens, and a bunch of people that are the pigs. The chickens are the people that, like myself, I'm involved. You know, I'm taking care of people. I personally don't know anybody that has this. I know of one person. I know of 3 people who have know people that have this, but and only one in the state. So it's affecting me because of how it is affecting people's behavior, you know, and the restrictions that are put upon me. Can I go out? You know, I can't go to my favorite restaurant. You know, nothing too hard. You know, the office, the patients that come in that don't know, that are terrified, that it has changed their lives, they don't have jobs, you know, that is affecting me, but not in a big way. But then there's the people who represent the bacon, and they're in it. They either have it, There's people whose family members have died from it, people who are at risk, and those people are committed. They have to live, we have to be respectful of each other and live our lives differently. And that is where it comes in. So, you know, if you are, on Wednesday, I think we went over all the comorbidities and things you do. But if you are one of those people, you need to make smart and different choices than someone else that doesn't have any of those issues. If you are one of those people, have someone else go get your groceries. Have someone else go out. I know you want to get outside the house, but it might not be the smartest thing for you. And so this article, this is from Live Science. How does the new coronavirus compare with the flu? And this is in the second paragraph. It says, so far, the new coronavirus has led to more than 220,000 illnesses and more than 9,300 deaths worldwide. This was written a day ago. But that's nothing compared with the flu, also called influenza. In the U.S. alone, the flu has caused an estimated 36 million illnesses, 370,000 hospitalizations, and 22,000 deaths, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Okay, this link's in there. You can look at this. And some people say you can't compare the two, and I will argue you 100% can. They're both viral-borne diseases. They are both communicable. Yet we don't freak out over the flu every year. And I hope that we have not set a precedent that we can't dial back, because that would be horrible to have the world shut down like this every single year. But some of these things don't make sense. We have to wonder why, and it is okay to question. And you need some perspective. Like March 6th, of this year in China, there were 108 COVID-19 related deaths. And I call it related because, as we said Wednesday, Italy, the government said that somewhere between 2% and 2 individuals out of all the people that had passed away in that country were actually caused by the virus. Most of the time it was the virus and a bunch of the other health issues, underlying health problems that they had going on. So March 6th in China, there was 108 deaths related to the COVID-19. But in that same day, worldwide, and I realize, you know, China versus worldwide, but worldwide, cancer caused 26,000 deaths that day. Cardiovascular disease caused 49,000 deaths that day. Diabetes caused 4,400 deaths that day. Suicide, 2,000 people committed suicide on March 6th. And just for a little perspective, snake bites. Snake bites killed 378 people a day. And again, those are all World Health Organization numbers. So we have to put things in perspective. What we got here? Oh yeah, when you look at the statistics, it's crazy. So percentage-wise, you can see that the percentage of people that have died from the flu is not just an order of magnitude greater than the people that have died of the coronavirus, but it's order of magnitude and 5 times greater. And it's still an incredibly small number. Incredibly small number. Which one do we have here? Oh yeah, cause and effect. This is one of my chiropractor friends will recognize this as Principle 17. It's something that every chiropractor should have learned when they were in school. And we know that there cause and effect in place. If a truck drives over you, you are going to get hurt, if not die. And there's a certain amount of damage that everybody can sustain before they die. If someone dumps a bucket of water on me as a cause, the effect is I get wet. Those things happen all the time. But not everybody that gets exposed to any germ, whether it's coronavirus or the flu bug or the common cold or chicken pox, not everybody gets it. And so cause and effect, there's something bigger going on there, and that is the underlying thing. It is, how is your immune system working? is your body functioning the way it's supposed to? And having that perspective and that philosophy is what lets any individual look at a certain set of circumstances and see it differently than someone else. So it's the straw that broke the camel's back. One piece of straw is light, two's still really light, 50 is still really light, but you put a bunch of straw like this on a camel's back and it gets heavy. And so if you have a bunch of underlying health issues, if your body, your physiology has a lot of things to deal with, eventually something's got to break. And unfortunately, it's times like these where we find out how much stuff we have on our plate and what's going to cause us to break. So here we have what you can do. So, obviously we talked about keeping calm, but think about these. There's just some homework for you to do since we're all going to be at home for a while. How many people do you know that have this? Honestly, very, very few. The odds of anybody seeing this, knowing someone that has it, is going to be very small. How many risk factors do you have? If you have a bunch, now's a great time for you to change. Make a decision and do a few new things. Change the direction of your life. And then if you're all alone, if you're depressed, if you're worried, who do you have to call to talk to? Find someone. There's plenty of people out there that are probably looking to talk to someone just like you. And then what can you do to improve yourself? It has been said that in order to become a leading expert in your field, one of the top authorities, you have to read or study 30 minutes a day for 5 years. Well, if you're at home for the next few weeks, you can cut that time down dramatically. If you don't like your job, start studying something and find a way to get a different job, change your career path. Do something constructive. Don't just sit home and worry and fret. This webpage, this is the webpage of one of my friends, Dr. Amy Haas, who's a phenomenal chiropractor, and a whole lot more. It's a great resource. It's in the links. It talks about this, and so a little background about Dr. Amy. She got her Bachelor's of Science in Biochemistry at Bates College in 1995. She got her Master's of Science in Biochemistry, specializing in signal transduction and molecular cell biology, and a PhD in biochemistry in 2002. And those were from the Medical College of where? Wisconsin. Yes, had to do that. Then she did a postdoctoral fellowship at Harvard Medical School, Department of Pathology, and then she worked in enzyme kinetics in the biotech world for a while. So we're talking about a super, super legit scientist. She's like the Tony Stark of the chiropractic world. And she's a serenity prayer. Lord, please grant me the strength to change the things I can, the patience to accept the things I cannot, and the wisdom to know the difference. And don't fret. Work on what you can change and take some action. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.